This is going to be the first phase in the corrective exercise continuum, which is going to be inhibiting and using SMR, or self-myofascial rolling. I will be demonstrating that with the self-myofascial rolling stick, the cane, and also the foam roller. I'm going to start off with the self-myofascial rolling stick, where I'm going to go ahead and roll the gastrocnemius and soleus. After that, it's going to be my perineals. And then after that, it's going to be my biceps femoris. So, when using the self-myofascial rolling stick, you can use, of course, both hands. And I like to just start down here near the Achilles tendon, and then just roll up, applying some pressure. Now, you shouldn't feel any like actual pain. If you feel actual pain, you should stop and consult a doctor. But just add a little bit of pressure. You might feel some discomfort if you have tight calves or tight muscles. And I like to roll over about 6 times. If you feel somewhere that's a little tight or like feel a knot, just go ahead and hold it there for a few seconds. Go ahead and let that ease up a little bit. Right. Nice. On to the next side. Up. Once again, if you feel somewhere that's a little knot, go ahead and hold it there for a few seconds. Only need about a good like 6 rolls on the muscle. If you want to do more, that's fine as well. But me myself, I don't want to spend my whole exercise session foam rolling or myofascial rolling. Okay. Next I'm going to do is going to be the perineals, but instead of using this actual stick, I'm going to use the cane. Make it a little easier for myself. I'll go ahead. Apply some pressure. Alright, time to get the other side. Alright, and then last is going to be the good old bicep femoris, right up here. I'm going to go ahead and use the stick again. Actually, lift up short a little bit. Alright, time to get the other side. And just so you know, to your hands, your wrists, your arms might get a little tired if you are using the rolling stick, which needs 2 hands. So, you know, if you guys ever need to take a break, don't try to strain yourself trying to do self-myofascial rolling continuously. You know, it's always fine to take a break and rest. All right. Now go ahead and demonstrate some self-myofascial rolling, again with the foam roller. Alright, already getting those pair of nails again. And the good thing about the foam roller versus the actual stick or the cane, if you want to add a little bit extra applied pressure to it, hop that other leg right on top. Alright, we'll go ahead and get that gastrocnemius and soleus. Alright, then next up to the biceps femoris. Second phase of the corrective exercise continuum is going to be lengthening or stretching. I'm going to go ahead and stretch out my gastrocnemius and then also my biceps femoris. I'm stretching my gastrocnemius, hands against the wall, shoulder height. I'm going to place one foot in front, knee slightly bent. Other leg is going to be in the back, fully planted into the ground, and also pointed straight. I should feel a nice good stretch in my calves here, going down from here behind the knee all the way down to the ankle. I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds. Alright, time to get the other side. Again, leg in the front, knee slightly bent, leg in the back, foot fully planted on the ground, foot facing forward, should feel a nice good stretch. 30-second hold. The reason why we do a 30-second hold is because once we've already inhibited and self-myofascial rolled the muscle, we want to give it time to lengthen out. Alright, and then next I will be stretching my biceps femoris. Currently have a chair here. I'm going to go ahead and lean up against the wall a little bit. Put one leg up, making sure that my toes are fully pointed in the air. And I'm going to just rotate my foot outward. You should feel a nice good stretch right up in here in that biceps femoris. I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds. other leg. So I'm going to take it out. Nice good stretch in that biceps femoris. All right, here we are at the third phase, which is going to be activate and isolate. So the first thing I'm going to activate is going to be my medial gastrocnemius. I'm going to do that with the band and also with the foam roller. Take the foam roller, put my calf under it, take my band, wrap it here at my foot, right where the arch is, right where the arch starts. I'm going to just go ahead and take the band, and I'm going to go ahead and keep a nice tight core. I'm going to keep my shoulders depressed or down, and I'm also keep them retracted or back, just so that I'm not rounding over while I'm trying to keep this band nice, tight, in a stable position. So, tight core, shoulders down, shoulders back, and I'm going to just take my foot and I'm going to just go ahead and point it. Try to point it towards the floor, and then I'm going to come back up until it's fully dorsiflexed. And then I'm going to go ahead and point it back towards the ground and plantar flexion. Then try to roll down a little bit. Then come back up to dorsiflexion. And the tempo I'm going to do this at is going to be 4, 2, and 1. So bring it all the way down, taking 4 seconds, holding it for 2, and then come straight back up at 1. Straight back up at 1. We'll do it one more time on this leg. And straight back up. Nice. Then go ahead and do the other leg. Once again, band right at the beginning of the arch. Calf is nice and comfy at the foam roller. Tight core, shoulders back or retracted and down and depressed. Foot fully dorsiflexed. Then go ahead and take 4 seconds to bring it down in the plantar flexion as if I'm pointing to the ground. Hold it for 2 seconds. Come back up into dorsiflexion. Go. Now I'm only doing these a few on each leg just to demonstrate, but it's always good to do 10 to 15 on each side for activation. All right. Next is going to be the 90-90 hamstring activation with the feet turning inward. All right. Be on the ground, legs at 90 degrees. You want to have your heels pushing until wherever you have your legs up on. In this case, I have it on a chair. Legs down. Tight core, arms at the side. And I'm going to point my feet inward. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lift my butt off the ground just a little bit. And I'm going to just hold that. And like I say, you should feel it all in your medial hamstrings. So the hamstrings on the posterior or the back side. The medial is going to be closer in the middle, like by the groin area, by the adductors, but on the back side. You should feel those frown all the way up. If you want to go ahead and progress it a bit, you can always do a 90-90 hamstring march, which is where you go ahead and lift one leg up, back down, keeping that core nice and tight while staying lifted off the ground. Leg up, back. Make sure you keep those toes pointed straight up in the air. Also too, just for the video, I only demonstrated a couple reps, but for the activation, you always want to try to hit between 10 to 15 reps. Alright, so the last step is going to be integrating or putting everything together. And one of the best exercises to do that is going to be a lunge. I'm going to start off, nice tight core, feet hip width apart, and I'm going to just go ahead and take one step in front, lean up a little bit, then back. Forward up, back. There we go. I'll go ahead and do it from a lateral view side view for you as well. Tight core, stepping forward, then back. That allows all of the muscles to actually work together. So you have your perineals, you have your soleus, gastrocnemius, you have your biceps femoris, and then you also have your medial hamstrings all working together. Integrate.